people do tend to come and enjoy the water's edge. They take a little bit of looking after. Majority are just sunbathing, having a picnic. One or two unfortunately do go in the water. Whilst it looks nice and sunny, the water is absolutely freezing cold, and as soon as people go in, the difference in temperature sometimes has quite a dramatic effect on the well-being.
People can enjoy all manner of recreation here: rock climbing, walking, picnicking, cycling. There are some activities that we positively discourage because there's a high risk and we don't have the facilities to manage it, and swimming is one of those activities. Even if you're a great swimmer, you're not in control of an environment like this.
We've got some fantastic examples of Victorian engineering, and unfortunately they can attract people that come and want to jump off them. When you look at a calm, serene lake, you can't guarantee that underneath there's not a complete maelstrom going on of hazards.
In the reservoirs we've got equipment. There's hidden dangers, hidden drops and currents that people actually can't see from the surface. The currents come from various sources. The water inlets from our feeder streams, and of course the water's being drawn off down to our treatment plant for processing. So if you've seen the size of the pipes in here, you would understand why.
The valve tower has 3 draw-offs, and the top draw-off, which we use the majority of the time, is only 7 metres down. We draw it at about 160 litres per second. So if you get caught in that, it will actually just pull you to the pipe. You will have a great difficulty escaping. It's just not worth risking yourself for something so serious for such a small amount of pleasure that you can actually go to a swimming pool where it's safe.
Well, after a hard day's work, it will be absolutely fantastic to go in this water, but I've seen the dangers that it presents, and I would recommend that people don't go in.
To go swimming in open water carries a whole host of dangers. The remote locations, steep landscapes can prove a challenge even for these helicopters. These helicopters will travel in excess of 150 miles an hour, but even at that speed, covering the whole of the northwest can take a small amount of time to arrive on these incidents. One of the most upsetting scenes is to fly into a hot summer's day by the side of a reservoir, to see 10 minutes ago families were out enjoying themselves and suddenly their entire world has just been turned over 10 minutes later.
We've had experience of a drowning in 2013 at this reservoir, where in very, very benign circumstances, on a lovely sunny day, only a few yards out from shore, a young man lost his life. Something happened that caused him to sink below the surface, and he drowned in front of his own family. Myself and other members of my team were very early on the scene. You automatically ask yourself, is there anything more we could have done?
Far be it from us to spoil anyone's fun, but at the end of the day, swimming is usually in a controlled area. So really, from my experience, swimming in open waters is incredibly dangerous and can have awful, awful effects.
It's not worth the tragedy. It's not worth having to see parents come up with wreaths or flowers or poems that they stick on the wall. It's heart-wrenching to see, and it's heart-wrenching to have to deal with.
I think we've all got a duty to warn our friends, neighbours and colleagues when we're aware of risks. And I know now from personal experience that people can drown in reservoirs.
I wouldn't like to think that I'm the fun police. I don't want to come here and spoil anybody's fun, and unfortunately those hazards can catch people out if we're not around to sort of educate them.
If you do see a ranger out and about asking you not to swim in the reservoirs, please respect what he's saying for your own safety.